Hello. If you're listening to this, you are listening to the first currently untitled podcast pilot. We don't even know if this is going to go up. We don't know if this will ever be seen to the world. But if you do, maybe it means that this is okay and we didn't fuck it all up.
Hopefully,
Yeah, hopefully. Um,
we will. But you know,
yeah. It's fine, it's fine.
it's fine. It's
So,
fine.
hello and welcome to this untitled podcast at the moment. It might have a title on it when you look at it, but we don't know. My name's Dom. This is what do we be known as on here?
I guess just Wolf. Yeah, just Wolf shit.
This is Wolf. Okay, yeah, I'm Dom. This is Wolf. Welcome. We thought we'd do a little podcast here, just us chatting. We don't know if it will ever take off or whatever, but hopefully people will just enjoy listening to us chat, because we normally chat for like a number of hours, and some of the stuff we talk about, we're like, oh, this is funny, but none of it's recorded.
No.
So
I have that question that I was gonna ask you.
Oh boy.
But I was gonna save it for this, so I think that might be the perfect ice-breaking starting point.
Wow. Okay, we're gonna start off with it.
Yeah. It's a fucked up question, so it's perfect.
Okay. This will set the tone of all future podcasts.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Right. Hit me.
I'll have to change it from the question originally asked about your boyfriend, but I mean, I don't have to change it to girlfriend,
Well, yeah, it's 2018, man.
Yeah. We'll just change it to lover. Leave it ambiguous.
Yeah, significant other. Yeah.
If your father and your partner woke up with their bodies switched, your father in the body of your partner, and your partner in the body of your father, and to switch them you had to fuck one of them, or they would die in 2 days. Would you fuck your partner in the body of your father, or your father in the body of your partner?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Um.
See?
I'm gonna go with father in the body of partner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Same
fucked
view.
up. That's so fucked up.
Well, yeah, but
Like how could you? I mean, you're essentially banging your father. Like that's messed up,
yeah,
man.
but like, at least it's not a man, and at least it's
But
not
it is though.
your father's
It's
body.
a man on the inside.
Yeah, but like, if you
Literally a
but
man.
if you just say just explain what's going on and be like, I know my hot girlfriend's body is probably great for you, Dad, but we've got to sort this out. So just we won't talk about it. I know what I'm doing here. Just face away and enjoy it. Just like go from behind.
I cannot wait to tell this story at your wedding. I really can.
Yeah.
And just
my dad's just sitting there.
Yeah. Just dead-eyed staring in the face. Guess what Dom told me?
Oh no.
The thing I learned about Dom is that he really cares about family.
Yeah. Family first.
Family first.
Okay, what about you then?
Yeah, so moving on.
No, what about you?
I think I think I'd go the opposite, because there's a way I could prevent my dad from ever finding out about it.
Oh yeah,
because
but then
if he's in my girlfriend's body, he's fully aware of it. Hopefully, I mean, you don't want to do things without consent,
Yeah.
I mean, that's an important factor here.
Yeah.
But the opposite way, it's probably going to be willing because it's your partner. And they're going to want to get the hell out of that body.
Yeah.
And
What if she was like, actually, I really like this. You know, could we just be gay?
I mean, dear God, no.
And that's it.
Please
Yeah,
no.
yeah. That's a whole nother issue.
Please no, not
Um,
again.
Yeah. But then it would be like your father's naked body, and you'd have to like, you
Yeah,
know what his
I'd have to
butt
be.
was like and everything.
I'd have to get
And
incredibly drunk to go through it. But at least that way, I can still look my father in the eyes because he's unaware.
yeah, I guess so.
So yeah,
I guess, yeah. Because you know, a few years on with your girlfriend, you remember that weird time that you and my father's bunch. But oh yeah, but then that's sort of that's sort of over. But when your dad's like,
yeah.
so I remember that time you were in my hot girlfriend's body. I had to.
And we made
You know.
love.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit's not gonna go away.
Yeah.
I mean, because
Can I change
no,
my answer?
it's too late. It's out there forever.
Oh no. Good thing no one will ever hear this podcast.
That certainly won't be edited out.
No.
Just
In 3 years, 6 million views. Just like, oh
oh
no.
no.
Okay, well, I think it's a good place to start. I imagine this is like sort of 5-6 minutes in. So if it's not for someone, they've gone, this isn't for me.
Yeah.
But if you're still here, then you're probably
I mean, they're dead to us.
strap yourself
They're
in.
dead to us. But
Yeah.
no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You're still alive. You're
Um,
just a piece of shit. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah. So I've got a little. Mine's a bit more on the admin side of the podcast. But basically, just to tell you, sort of thing we're looking at doing is so one of the things is obviously we both play games. Well, if you didn't know, we both play games. We play
Yes.
games together. We've played games for years and years and years. So probably talk about games, not too much. If you're not into it, then it won't be like here's an entire podcast about why we think Slime Rancher is a load of shit. Although Wolf could do
I
that.
really could.
You could, yeah. So no, we probably won't have whole episodes dedicated to that unless enough people ask for it. Guests, we've got quite a few other little chums that we talk to from all over the world. And
Yeah.
that sounds dramatic, but we actually do. So we get we get a fucking some Americans in here.
Some Americans.
Get some Europeans in here.
Yeah.
Some other European. We've got all sorts. Got PewDiePie's coming. No, he's not.
No.
No, we don't.
We couldn't afford him.
We've got our own token Swede. Oh shit! Just we don't need PewDiePie. So yeah, talk about games and sort of game history.
And actual history as well, maybe.
An actual history. Yeah, that's the idea. I had an idea, maybe for a future podcast.
Oh.
I'll do a little bit of prep before. Yeah, an idea. I called it actual history versus fake history. Where I will
Oh.
find some obscure history facts that I will read to you. Some will be true, some will not be, and you have to work out
Oh, that's a great idea.
what is true.
We should have done it
what
this
is not.
time.
We should have, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
Considering I had like 5 extra hours to prepare, but I hadn't opened this notepad since I wrote the idea down like 3 weeks ago. But that's fine. It's fine.
It's okay.
We've had
It's okay.
There's an idea there. Games and game history and history in general. Which sounds really boring. We've been talking about history. Get your notepads out.
I don't think history is boring.
So we can talk about any new games that are coming out as well. Any games that we've played. Any games that we'd like to play. I was thinking that at some point we could maybe do like game specials, because I've noticed a lot of time when we're waffling on and talking shit, it's when we're playing games. We're not really paying a lot of attention to the game. Like enough to sort of be playing.
Yeah.
But we just sort of, it's almost like when you've got the TV on in the background.
Yeah. So have a game playing in the background.
Yeah, yeah. Also, excuse me. We don't know what we're gonna have in the background of this video. There might be some, hopefully it won't just be like a black screen. I think.
Some kind of picture at least.
Yeah, or there's something going on. The other, yeah, because that was the thing. So we're open to ideas about format. Nothing is sort of set in stone, as you can tell. It's sort of a bit easygoing. Um, you
We're
know,
pretty much just
how we
talking
fancy
about
it.
what we're planning, I guess.
Yeah, this is why it's a pilot episode that, we might even put out. It might be heavily edited. It might even be half the length of what we record. We don't know. But so yeah, the idea is that the format, if we do have a little video, like I was thinking of having like little shitty paint animations or whatever, or something going on, but you can also enjoy it through just audio. Because when I listen to podcasts, sometimes I just have them on the car, and like, you know, I can't look at it, or an hour is a long time to like look at a screen and
Yeah.
look at a few little animations. I think because it's just going to be us chatting, the idea would be that you could have this on in the background while you get on with something else. Maybe you've got some work to do. Maybe maybe you're traveling somewhere,
Yeah.
and you just pop it on the background. That's cool because it's just us chatting.
But we do
Um,
plan on
and you
having
might.
something for those who do like to look at shiny things,
Yeah,
such as
yeah,
myself.
yeah. Such.
I like pretty things,
we-
Dom. I like pretty
okay,
things.
yeah. Squirrel. No, we won't go into the whole dog thing.
Oh God, not the dog thing. Another dog.
Essentially, essentially, Wolf here is a dog.
This is not true.
When he gets really excited about things, he sort of sounds a bit
No.
dog-like, and he looks like it
Uh,
a bit dog-like. So like
fuck
when he's
you.
really excited, you know, no, but you know like how a dog when they're really excited, you'd imagine when they're excited they wouldn't be like, oh yeah, we're gonna go to the park and it's gonna be really good, and it's like we're gonna go to the park. It's gonna be good. We're gonna play with the ball, and he's gonna throw it, and then I'm gonna bring it back, and then we're gonna go and get some water, and then I'm gonna then drink it, and then we're gonna play with a frisbee, and then it's sort of that. He gets a bit into that.
I
He
don't.
just sounds a little bit
There's
excited.
no way to prove that I do that.
Okay. I'm sure if we ever catch you being excited about something in this podcast, there's gonna be a crude animation of like a dog every time. Like,
Yeah.
uh, Jesus.
Look, I get excited. Everyone gets excited about things. That doesn't
Yeah,
mean
yeah,
I'm a dog.
yeah. People just get excited in different ways. Ah, okay. So here's one. It's a bit of a strange one. I don't know if it's worth mentioning because it might be a little while before we can do stuff like
Uh-huh.
this. But I had stuff like game show specials. So going back to having guests on or whatever, it'd be really fun to do some sort of game shows, or maybe like I said about that fake history or whatever.
Yeah, like little party games like that
Yeah,
would be
just
fun.
little games, and I said that as much as I enjoy playing games like that, I really enjoy putting on stuff like that. So I'm happy to sort of be the host of a lot of these sorts of
Yeah.
games. It could even be like a segment like Wolf versus Guest, and every week you're trying to beat the guest at
And
something.
probably losing.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm terrible at
That'd
every
be really
game.
funny.
Except when it's like trying to date you. That's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
only thing I'm one at.
Yeah, yeah. So if you didn't know, is this going to be set from? It's probably going to be set from our Twitch, but
Yeah.
basically, so I've got a Twitch channel, and and out of nowhere, I hosted a little game show like this, and I think I just called it Date Dom, and it's literally I just ask questions, and people answer, and then I choose who I would go on a date with, male or female, it's 2018, and Wolf won over my friend that's known me for like 6 years, whatever.
Yeah, I would treat Dom the nicest. That's what I drew from that.
Yeah, and he knew things about me. He knew sort of what music we'd listen
Yeah.
to, what we'd go and do. It was touching actually. Yeah, a bit
Romantic
creepy in times.
as fuck.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh,
So I've got drinking episodes as well. Got
yeah,
that to look forward
drinking
to.
episodes.
We both
I've got
crack some bevies.
technology, talk about technology and science and things like that. Like
Yeah.
little gadgets that, because I'm always finding little gadgets that seem fun. So we can talk about some of that.
Yeah.
I didn't prepare anything today, of course.
No. Of course not. We haven't had any time.
um,
Let alone 3 weeks.
no, no, certainly not. Certainly not the months beforehand that we were talking about doing it. No.
So drinking episodes, you crack some bevies while we're chatting.
Get some whiskey. I highly encourage anyone of legal age to
Yes.
join in such an endeavor. Although, probably if we do something like that, by the time we're recording the podcast, we'll already have been partaking for a little while.
Yes. Yeah.
Start it properly
if-
soused.
Yeah. If you're not of age, then don't be a pussy. Go on, do it.
I'm curious. I'm curious
don't do that.
if anyone does watch this. I'm curious as to where they think you're from and where they think I'm from.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll probably guess yours. They'll probably guess yours.
Yeah.
And they're probably gonna say I am also yours.
Yeah,
I'm from the
one
same
or the
place,
other.
yeah.
They'll be like, oh yeah, they're from the same place. But we worked out from looking in each other's hometowns on Google Maps, we are definitely not from the same place.
Yeah. I mean,
Jesus.
anyone hearing at this point and decides to comment, let us know what you originally thought.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm about to reveal, but put down what you originally thought if you do end up watching this or listening. Yeah,
Okay,
listening.
right. Are you ready?
Yeah. I was born ready.
Where are you coming from right now?
I'm coming from Australia.
Australia? Yes, he is. Here he is. Oh,
You
no,
just
it always
went
goes
Kiwi.
wrong.
You always go Kiwi.
I know, it always goes wrong. Always goes
The
wrong.
whole time I've known you, every time you try and do an Aussie
I
accent,
know,
it goes Kiwi.
I know. But then when I try and do Kiwi, it goes Aussie. Ugh, it's a pain in the ass.
I can be.
And I am from yeah, and I am from Great Britain. Yeah, sure. Yeah, we both went for different songs.
Yeah.
I'll just play them both at the same time.
Yeah.
What else we got?
Yes, so a Brit and an Aussie
Yeah.
brought together.
Also, we'll probably chat about life/love because we're both experts on both life and love and how they make us feel.
It makes us feel good because we're experts.
Yes.
Masters.
Yeah. We are masters of the arts. If you've got any questions, write it below, or whatever platform this is on. It might
obviously
be below, it might be in the side.
The first ever comment would be like, "Are you gay?" or "Why are you so gay?"
No. The first ever comment is going to be first.
I mean,
That would probably be like the second or third comment.
Yeah.
Pro from Maya.
Yeah, it'd just be first. Oh shit!
First, I was the first one here.
Oh
no! So Maya's from Sweden. Yeah. It's not actually how she sounds, but
I mean, it is
also,
a little.
Says the fucking dog man here.
How dare you?
I am not a dog. Um, yeah, but we'll have some other men on the podcast. We'll talk
Men.
about manly things like chainsaws
I love a good chainsaw.
and tits.
I mean, I'm probably not gonna indulge in that. I like my man bits where they are. So
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay, good. And we'll probably have some grills on here, and we'll talk about
I mean, actual grills, because
actual grills, George Foreman's. Yeah.
yeah, that would like that makes my mouth water.
But like, so what do you think about this? We just hear.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, sounds good. Yeah. And just yeah, it smells good as well. Just
Now is not the time for a
grill.
Barbie wolf.
Uh,
Jesus.
uh.
It's always time
What's
for
that?
a Barbie Dom.
So you're getting a bit excited about a barbecue, are you?
What? Do you not like a fucking sausage sizzle? Do you not like a fucking burger? Do you not want some steak?
Yeah, yeah, I do.
Just pick any time of day. Any time of day at
Yeah.
all. You smelt
3 in the morning.
3 in the morning, you smelt some sausages and steak cooking. You'd be mad about that?
No, I wouldn't know.
Exactly.
Unless it was like in my room, I'd be like, "What are you doing here? Get this steak out of here. You know, keep cooking it, but get it out of this room. It's it's too much smoke in here."
Well, you gotta have ventilation, of course.
Well, yeah, but like I could pre-prepare for that. Oh, fucking, I hate that. Why did I say that? I hate that. Pre-prepared. It's not a thing. That's what the pre and prepare is.
And you call
If you're
yourself
preparing something,
English? Do you even speak the language?
You buffoon! Do you even speak it?
You fool!
You fucking idiot! So yeah, pre-prepare. Don't say it. It's not a thing.
Yeah.
Preparing something
Just
means
like
you are
irregardless.
getting it ready. Irregard. Oh god, I didn't even know people said that.
Oh yeah, that people say irregardless so much that it's now actually kind of become a thing.
God.
Because people said it wrong so many times that now it's an accepted norm.
Doesn't it cancel itself out though?
Kinda, yeah. That's what's silly about it.
That means it's not regardless.
It's just
Wait.
it's silly, and I've
Yeah,
hated
yeah.
it. I've hated it for a long time. I had an ex
Yeah.
who said it all the time.
And that's why she's an ex.
And that's why she's an ex, yeah. She
Yeah,
wouldn't
one
stop
day
saying
you just said,
irregardless.
"That's it. I'm fed up of your shit." You just got up and went.
Yeah. I just
Yeah.
never
I
looked
would
back.
too.
Never looked back. Best thing I
Yeah.
ever did. No.
Yeah. She's listening now and crying.
Oh.
Where did I go wrong? And she realizes it's because she didn't know how to speak English.
That's true. No, it's not true. I'm a virgin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say I was a virgin neckbeard, but I can't grow a beard.
Not by the time I'm done with you.
Huh. Why'd you think I agreed to do this?
Yeah. You realize there's no pay, so to speak, but you know.
There are benefits. There are benefits.
Yeah. You know, I mean, the vacation time alone is, you don't get this in other jobs,
No, that's
but
true.
there's some perks. There's some perks.
No, I can't grow any kind of facial hair. I've never seen you try to grow anything other than like a little
Yeah, I just
bit
get
of
annoyed with
scruff
it.
on the chin.
Yeah, that's the sort of what I'm at now. I just get annoyed with it. I just get annoyed. Like, I'm sure if I had like an actual beard, I'd be, oh, this is great. But in the stage, it's that awkward stage between fluff and beard where it's just
It gets
fucking
itchy.
messy.
It's messy. It's itchy.
And it's like, no, it's not even that. It doesn't get too itchy. It's just, yeah, it's just fucking messy. And people are like, oh, you can trim it, but it's like, just like shit. It's like, why have you got half a beard for? Yeah.
Yeah, mine's.
It's like, oh no, the other half is coming, but it's just not acceptable.
Yeah, mine never arrives. It just gets to a certain
No,
point,
just
and then.
still waiting.
Well, I mean, it would look a lot thicker than it is because a huge chunk of it is blonde, so it just looks awful.
Yeah.
But if it's like, oh, I'm not gonna leave the house for like 3 weeks, then then I'll let it go.
Yeah. Let it grow. Let it grow. Oh, first episode. I've done a Frozen reference.
How
I'm
could
out.
no,
I'm out.
no.
Sorry.
We're
Bye. See ya.
leaving this.
Sorry
Yeah,
about that.
yeah.
Bye. Bye. You carry on on your
I
own. See ya.
apologize for him. Like, I didn't know who I was bringing to
Okay,
this. Like,
I'm
I
back.
thought I
I'm
was
back.
bringing
Sorry.
someone respectable, and then.
Sorry. We'll cut it out. There's no Frozen reference. Um.
No, my quote unquote beard gets to a certain
Yeah.
length, and then that's it.
Yeah. It's just like, yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, it's like there is a mustache and there is a beard, but it never like fully comes in the beard. The mustache comes in a little bit more eventually, but there's just I don't know. It always stays kind of. It's hard to tell because of the blonde. So
See, I'm the same for mustache. Like, I feel like if I had one, like it would be like majestic. I don't think I'd suit it, but if I had a mustache, I'm gonna have a mustache. You know, I'm gonna go like full, not like, because mustaches when they're just coming through just look really shitty,
yeah,
and I don't have time for that. We should both, you know what they should do? There should be a paid service where you can go in an isolation. This is genius. Maybe we shouldn't put this in the podcast. So they put you in like an isolation chamber or something like that. You know, it doesn't have to be like, like in
a
a
nice
tank underwater.
isolation chamber.
But yeah. So it'd be like a little room, essentially prison, but nice.
Oh,
So you
okay,
get put in
yeah,
like a little room for like a month, and there you've got like a PC or you've got like a TV or some games consoles or whatever.
right.
And you just stay there for like a month or a couple of months, however long you need, just to sort your facial hair out. There's like like some scissors and like a little beard trimmer and that in
Right.
there, and like a mirror, and like people bring you meals. But it means that people don't have to see you in this in between stage of growing facial hair. It's just a chance, because you ever notice like people when they go to prison,
Yeah.
they normally come back with like, they ever come back fucking ripped or like with a big beard or both.
So what you're saying is I should just invite people around my house?
Well, what I'm saying is you should go to prison to grow a beard.
I live in Australia. I'm in prison.
Oh, right, yeah. But does Australia even exist?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Tell the
Y-
people at home that may watch this about this theory.
So, oh god, I can't. I'll try and remember it off the top
not
of my
watch.
head.
There's nothing to watch.
Yeah, watch this, everyone. And then there'll be like an animation of like a guy doing a backflip. Whoa! Right. And the crowd goes wild.
Yay.
Just one guy. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so there's this theory that I saw online that Australia, get rid of the dun dun dun, that Australia isn't real.
Dun dun dun.
Perfect. So Australia isn't real.
No.
It's a
Falsehood.
It's a government experiment. Oh, shit, I can't even remember what it was. It's something like it's a government experiment. It doesn't really exist. Everyone there is an actor. That would include you.
Yeah.
All the airline pilots are in on it. So when you go on holiday to Australia, you're not really going to Australia because it doesn't exist. I can't even remember why. To be honest with you.
You told me about this.
Yeah, I know. I can't remember.
Wasn't it to cover up the biggest massacre because all of the convicts that were sent here were just killed?
Australia doesn't exist. The signs were there the whole time. In what country is the only thing more poisonous than the snakes? The spiders. How do we ever believe that kangaroos were a thing? That is true. Have you seen them? They're just.
I've eaten them.
You just don't have things like that. Yeah.
They're delicious.
So you think, that's what an actor would say. It's like, Yeah, it's like, have you seen the Sydney Opera House? Like, that's not real. You know, it's just why would someone make that?
You know, that's such an overrated piece of architecture. It's ugly. I've never liked it.
I don't really get it. I'm looking at a picture of it now, and it's just like,
Have you seen those pictures where it's got the Sydney Opera House and then next to it's got a picture of it like a stack of plates? Or they've put the stack of plates
no, but
inserted to where the...
No, but I can totally see that. I was thinking more like a pile of white Doritos or something. Someone's just like dropped.
Yeah, it's
just a stack.
It's like, oh, look at this wonderful monument, this architecture. And I don't like it.
So here we are. So we're talking about art now.
Yeah.
So that's a weird thing with
Culture.
art, is that
Culture.
yeah, culture.
Fucking
wow, you know.
class.
At the start when we
were
talking about fucking your own father, you didn't think it would
I
turn into
mean,
this,
you
did
were
you?
were talking about that. That was
Well,
that was your answer.
Shut up. In theory. So, culture. So art
Yeah,
and such. You know, I'm into a bit of art. You know, I wouldn't go out my way to look at it.
Bit of the art.
But you know, it's all right. You could look at that and go, that's good. Isn't it? That's okay. But some stuff I don't get.
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
like I reckon you could make art out of like. I reckon if you had like a vase there or a vase, however you want to fucking say it. You have a vase there, and it's like really nice. It's painted or whatever. Like I think that would be
Yeah.
good. But then I think if you know, so then if an artist painted this vase there, it'd be like, wow, look how good that is. That's brilliant. And then, but someone knocked it over and smashed it on the floor, and then they painted that. That would be a more popular painting because it'd be like, wow, look at the symbolism. You know, the beauty of something that. You know, even though it's smashed and it's destroyed on the floor, it's still a beautiful piece of art. Just think about what the fragments mean of it.
See, but even
no, it doesn't mean that someone knocked a vase over. No. It's just something deeper to it.
Yeah. But see, even that is better than most of the shit that people call art.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. There's some artists listening now going, you know what? That's a fucking good idea.
Banging. I'm pretty sure that already exists.
Just a guy just about to paint a vase. Fucking hell, they're onto something. And
but I'd be more than okay with a broken vase, and you could argue there'd be symbolism in it, and you know, there'd be merit in that. But when you have some guy who sells a painting that's just white paint for like over 10 grand. Like, how is that art? How?
So, you know what I don't get as well? When it's like animals that paint shit, but it's not good. It's not impressive. It's like, oh, look what fucking Jambo the monkey painted, and it's just shit. Just literally
literal shit.
Just
excrement.
Either literal shit or like, you know, he's just picked up paint and just thrown it at this canvas. It's like, oh look, you can see what he was trying to create here. He was trying to create the jungle. It's like, no, he's not. He's a fucking monkey. He doesn't know what he's doing, does he? It's not art.
No.
Or like,
or they get,
you know, I've seen the ones where elephants do it.
Yeah, or they get their toddler to like finger paint, and it's literally just the child playing around. And like, I saw this one thing years and years ago, and it was this little girl, and she would essentially finger paint, and she would just splash paint on her thing, and their parents would then go and sell the paintings for thousands of dollars. And then
just come on, get the paint out. We need more money. Come on, Daddy needs another car.
Here's what throws me about the story is there was a actual scandal that the parents might have been painting it instead of...
Even this shit, like
oh,
paint front.
The parents are painting it, and they're like, oh, this one that they recorded the child painting, and she put like a Mickey Mouse in the corner. They're like, oh, it's of a different style. I was like, what fucking style?
Just you can see the symbolism here, which is not present in the other paintings.
It's just squiggles. Like, there was no shape in there. There's nothing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. The other thing I don't get, I mean, this is kind of a little off topic when it comes to children, and I mean, I feel a bit bad for this, but I also don't care. I'm actually bleeding quite heavily from my arm. Hold on a minute, let me just sort this out. Give me a sec.
I thought
Okay, I think I'm
that
alright.
was like a lead in.
No, I was
No,
actually bleeding
I'm
from my arm.
actually
That's
dying.
fine.
Yes.
I'm actually bleeding. I've lost a lot of blood. No, so it's when because I see it a lot online. You know, social media. People have got kids, and sometimes they're like, "Oh, look, listen, she said mama or dada," but they fucking don't, do they? It's
No.
like, go on, say mama. Or it's like, oh my god, I just caught my little girl saying mama for the first time.
And
But
it's just.
she's like, she's like, meow, meow, meow. Oh, she said mama. It's like, no, she fucking didn't.
No.
You know, that's a
No.
bit of a stretch, isn't it? You know, sorry, that's just me. Just
No,
being a bit, just being cynical.
I agree with you. Like, it's a very random and oddly specific thing to be annoyed about, but I'm annoyed
Yeah,
by a lot of specific things, so I can
yeah,
relate. I get annoyed at the darndest things.
yeah,
maybe that could be a whole section.
yeah.
What
You
annoyed you
know what?
today, Dom?
Yeah, yeah,
You
that's good.
know what?
You know what we should have? You know what we should have? We should have the rant timer. You know,
Yeah,
and it
yeah,
might
yeah.
start off that things are only like, you know, that one would have been like a minute or like a couple of minutes, and you
Yeah.
know, that's fair enough. You got to start somewhere. But next week you might be like, oh, I was in line to pay at this cash register this morning, you know, and there was this person in front of me and they were talking on their mobile phone, they were being really loud and they didn't take anyone else into consideration, and you might just go on this fucking
I
huge
might.
rant.
No. If
And
it's about a
if it's
line,
about,
it's the
if it's
Brit
about a line of
talking
queuing, yeah.
about line etiquette.
Yeah. Which we've got the other one, but I think we sort of solved that. We had one that I was a little bit concerned about. It's about
Yeah,
me
yeah.
queuing somewhere or standing in a line, for those that don't know what queuing is. Um, but I think we sorted it now. Maybe we'll go back to it, but I think
We
we're good.
might revisit it. We might.
Yeah. It was essentially, is it acceptable to leave the line to get your food and then rejoin the line? But people might say, no, pick up the food before you get in the line. But in this instance, the line went out of the door. So like otherwise I'd have to go in, pick up my food, and then leave the store to get in the back of the line. Like that just seems really strange. It's like I'm stealing the food, even though I'm then standing at the back of the line. But we sorted it. We sorted it.
Yeah, I
It's
mean
fine.
the dimensions of the store were important,
Yeah,
as
we
well
actually went
as
into
the
that as well.
location of the outside, because it was actually in like a
Yeah,
shopping
it was in
mall.
a shopping mall. Yeah.
So that was all. They were all key factors, and the distance you have to step out from the line.
Yeah.
All key
We did go
factors.
quite into debt. I can see debt. No, we
Debt.
didn't know anyone any depth about it. So I think we might do it again. I used MS Paint quite excessively just to sort of show the dimensions and what's
Yeah,
going
yeah,
on.
yeah.
So maybe if we need to solve something else, we'll just put it on the table here, sort it out, and then that's it. It's done. You don't have to worry about it anymore. That could be quite nice to like get stuff off our chest, or if someone needs something that needs solving, we'll solve it. It's fine.
Well, that could be a good thing as well for anyone that does listen to this. If they want us to go over something and ramble on about
Yeah,
it for half an hour.
yeah,
I mean that could be quite good.
yeah. And I think the idea would be, yeah, because we can talk, you know, for our respective countries for forever.
Yeah.
You know, as I say, the whole reason we started this is because we'd, you know, that was it. I sat out in the garden the other night at about my time. It's probably about 8 or 9 o'clock at night, and I was like, oh, you know, I was just chat with Wolf, and I got Discord on my phone, and we just chatted for a while. And then suddenly I realised, oh, it's a bit dark outside, and it was like 1 in the morning or like 2 in the morning. I was still just out in the garden. I was like, oh fuck, you know, like we
That's
can't just talk forever.
that's the yard.
So,
That's the yard for the
oh
non-British people.
yeah, I just forget. It's just a garden. It's just, you know, it's at the back of the house.
Yeah,
But
it's in his
what do you?
backyard.
So does garden not exist then?
Well, we don't call it garden either.
So what is the word garden, or does that just not exist?
A garden is like a literal garden. Like you
Yeah,
have your
which is what
garden
it is.
bed.
A
You
garden
got
bed.
some, yeah, like where you put your flowers or your
Yeah,
vegetables or
that's what
things
we've
like
got.
that.
Oh no, it's not got vegetables, but yeah, it's got like flowers and that.
Yeah, but
Just a back garden.
it specifically refers to that portion, but the rest is the yard.
Right, so you'd have a garden in your yard.
Yes.
Right, whereas for us, the garden is the entire space.
Yeah. I
Anyway,
believe it's the
I feel like
same
we've been through this
for
before.
Americans.
Leave in the comments, do you call it the garden or the backyard?
Yeah.
Uh, well, if you don't care, tell us you don't care. Yeah. So yeah, sometimes I just sit in the backyard and
Wow,
talk to
that
Wolf for
sounded
like hours.
really American.
Thanks.
Backyard.
Back in my backyard. Back in my backyard. See, that's annoying. If I just say back in my garden, that makes sense.
Yeah, we can just sort of ramble for hours.
Yeah.
Without really talking about anything, but
Yeah. So probably like you sit there, you'll probably be surprised how quick it goes by as well, because I know we are. But at the end, it's like, okay, so here's a quick recap. We talked about, you know, the whole father significant other thing. We talked about garden or backyard.
a little bit on
That's
queuing.
about it. Oh yeah, a bit of queuing. Yeah, not as much in
but at
depth
the
I'd like to
same
go into.
at the same time, we can cover a huge variety of
Yeah.
subjects. Like just the other day, we were talking about everything from Alexander the
Mm.
Great to video games and technology and just
I've got a
huge variety.
a little segue here. Okay, you ready?
Oh, perfect segue.
So, Wolf, what games have you been playing recently?
Well, interesting you should ask. What have I been playing actually? I know I've been playing a lot of Total War.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've never played a Total War game.
You've never played a Total War game?
I've never played a Total War game.
What is in fact wrong with you? So you'll play games like Super Seducer, but
hey, that game's a national treasure.
Is it though? Is it though? You play the most random, weird games, but the actual.
Tell you what, PogChamp, second one's coming out in September.
Did you just say PogChamp?
I did, yeah.
Oh god.
Should be good though.
I apologize for him saying PogChamp.
If you ask me, hey Dom, what games have you been playing recently?
Yeah.
Just do that. in that voice.
I did. I'm a ventriloquist.
Oh right.
I'm that good.
Okay, I would say none, because it's too fucking hot. And like over there, you'd be like, that's not hot. I was born in that weather, but here it's just too hot.
How hot is it?
Let me look at the weather right now. It's currently, and this is outside, bearing in mind, 28 degrees centigrade. For anyone that works in Fahrenheit, that's 83 degrees. And that here in England is hot. Wolf would be like, oh, that's a little bit warm. Yeah, that's okay. But
yeah, it's a little warm, yeah.
That is hot here. You know?
What's the humidity?
I don't know. 38%.
Oh, that's nothing.
It's just warm.
Do you not remember when it was summer for me and I had like 90%?
Yeah, I know. But you're used to it there. You're just like, yeah, that's fine.
It doesn't matter if you've lived here your whole life. It's still like, I'm dying. Help me.
But at least you're like a bit more prepared for it, like, and actually, you know what I mean? It's not something like, whoa, it's really hot. Like here, it's like everyone's like, why is it so hot? It's like when it snows here, everyone just crashes their cars and dies, and they're like, "Oh, snow! Oh, where did this come from?" But it's the same with the hot here. We've
What
had it for
is
like well over a month now, like months of just this heat.
why
In
why does England panic with the snow? I thought it snows in England all the time.
it doesn't no. Some years, sometimes we don't have snow for years and years and years.
Oh,
And when it does, we get snow for like a couple of weeks. And yeah, we don't know what to do. Again, I spoke to Maya, sort of like I spoke with you about the heat. I spoke with our resident Swede, and she was like, "Oh, but it snows all of the time here, and we managed to not crash our cars." But here, it's like, we don't have winter tires. No one actually knows how to drive in the snow because you don't have it in your driving lessons because there's never any snow.
yeah.
So it's just sort of like, okay, there's some snow, good luck. Like, oh, okay. Everyone just like crashes their cars. They just panic and that because it's so snowy.
Wouldn't everyone just drive slower?
Well, yeah, they do. Like, okay, it's not like everyone crashes their cars, but like generally that is a big thing that happens. And like places close. Like I said to Maya that when it snows, like all the schools close, and she was like, "That is insane." And a lot of businesses close because people can't get in or it's too dangerous. It's like all the schools close. And actually, they were talking about that they're looking at making it a law, literally just because we've had a few months of heat, that if it gets above 30 degrees, then a lot of companies will send their employees home
That's funny.
because they say that's too hot to work. 30 degrees in any business and 27 degrees if you're doing like strenuous work. So if you're lifting stuff or being active in some way. Which to you would be like really. Imagine that if your boss just came and was just like, "Oh, it's too hot, go home."
I
Like
mean,
what? What are you about? Like,
it's kind of cold for me right now, and it was like 20 something the other day.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
once once it gets down to 25, I'm like, ooh, it's chilly.
Whoa, I better put the heat in.
Yeah.
But here, it's like 30 degrees. I'm just like, give me death. Like,
I remember when I was at school and it got to like above 40 and
Yeah,
we were all dying and we thought we were gonna
yeah,
get sent home and they're like, no, what are you talking about,
yeah,
silly child.
yeah.
A couple people got heat stroke, but they just kept us
That's fine.
yeah, they're like,
Yeah.
it'll be right. I think yeah, I used to fake how much the heat affected me. When it would get in really hot in summertime, so I could go home.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, I'm terribly distraught. The heat. I mean, it was still banging hot, but I'm like, nah, fuck this. I don't
Yeah.
want to be at school.
But I just can't see any business that's going to be like, "Oh, well, it's very hot. It's 30 degrees. That's it. Go on home. Yes, we'll still pay you for the day. It's just too hot to work." Like, no one's going to do that. They'll be like, go on. It's all right. It's not that hot. You'll be fine. Just keep going.
They'll just get aircon.
Well, yeah, but it just doesn't. We can't justify it because it's not normally this hot.
Well, if it were me, I'd get it, and then never use it until a heat wave.
Yeah.
If they instituted that as a law, I'd be like, well, fuck that law.
Yeah. It's just too hot. So, talk about heat. We sort of went. So, yeah, I'm not really playing any games.
Yeah.
I've played a bit of Dead by Daylight. That's fun. Because I like just doing like a killer voice. That's kind of good. I'm just like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill you!" Like that. That's pretty fun. Played The Forest with Maya and our other friend Balding. We finished that. That was good.
Oh, you finished it?
Yeah, there's different endings you can get. We got an ending. I don't know if it was the best one, but yeah, it was good.
I don't think you need to worry about spoilers. I think
N-
it's been out long
right.
enough.
Well, essentially, you've got to find your son,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I can't even explain it. At the end, basically, at the end, you have a choice. One is morally not right, but it is to save your son. The other is right, but you don't save your son. So of course, we have no morals, so we saved our son.
Yeah.
I won't go any further than that, but yeah, it was good. It was pretty enjoyable.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
I also got Assassin's Creed Origins,
Yeah, have you played it yet?
which I don't like it.
You just don't like it.
No, I just
What about it don't you like?
it just doesn't feel like an Assassin's Creed game. Which I know I know we're never happy because some people are saying, well, every Assassin's Creed game is the same because they've had like all the same
Yeah.
they've had all the same engine and it all feels the same. They've just set it in a different time period. But it's just very different.
Well, I think
don't
all
know.
the future ones are going to be like that. I mean, look at the
Yeah.
new one coming out, the Odyssey.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not even an assassin. It's you're just some guy or girl.
Just some guy, just Tony. Alright. Yeah. Nothing to do with assassins.
Yeah, because
He's a delivery driver.
it's set before Origins, which is obviously from the title, is where the assassins originate.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's set before that in ancient Greece.
Yeah.
So the assassins really don't exist.
Yeah.
You don't
Well, I
have a
guess
hidden blade.
No.
You've got, I believe it's the Spear of Leonidas.
Mm.
And you can, except it's not a spear. I'm hoping you can, like,
It's an
reform
M16
it.
assault rifle. Oh, right,
Yes.
yeah.
No, it's like, you've got the end of it.
Yeah.
I'm hoping you can maybe throughout the game, like, reform it or something.
Yeah.
And get
That'd
an
be cool.
actual spear, because...
Yeah. But I'll try it again.
At least for the
sure.
story.
Yeah.
Because... Don't you want to know how it all started?
It's not even the story. Like I'm interested in the time period and I just don't like the sort of the feel of it. It just feels so weird. Like I sort of like that the combat is different because before it used to just be like just hold right click and counter that and I've killed that and I've killed 36 people just by standing here and pressing one button.
Yeah.
Like, it is a bit more difficult, but it's just a lot to get used to, I think. Oh yeah, I'll try it again. I'll update.
Yeah, I haven't played it because I've kind of got bored of Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of liked what was the one with the grappling hook
Oh,
in like London?
that was Syndicate,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
that one. I
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
like that.
Yeah, I like Syndicate. Yeah.
I only played a bit of it because I never bought it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I only got to play it a bit, but I liked the grappling hook, but it kind of just felt like I was Batman, which
Yeah.
I loved because Batman, but I kind of
Batman
felt like
Assassin.
I should just go play a Batman game.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was good, and I liked the time period in that, and that was kind of fun. But
Yeah.
I
And just being
never,
badass, like.
yeah,
Yeah.
beating people with a cane was kind
Yeah,
of
that
cool.
was cool.
And I didn't like the sister so much. I really liked the brother, the Jacob.
Yeah. Oh wow. I
He was,
couldn't actually remember their names, but.
Jacob and Evie Fry.
Oh yeah. Oh, TV. Yeah, that's it. But.
Yeah, and they were twins or whatever. I didn't like the sister so much. It was very serious and kind of like super. See, this goes back to my like for Edward Kenway because like he's
Yeah.
not even an assassin.
No. Just a greedy pirate.
Yeah, he's a greedy pirate, and he's my favorite character. And then you have
Yeah.
Jacob Fry, he's an assassin, but like he just wants to fight and like steal shit and Like he was fun. He was a fun character. But
Yeah, like
anything is better
Ezio.
than Connor.
Yeah.
Ezio, Ezio, I feel like is the best assassin, uh,
Yeah.
assassin character. Like,
I think they milked him way too much. I mean, if you don't care about Assassin's Creed, then this bit's gonna be really boring. So we keep it
yeah,
short, but they milked it a bit. So the first game, you were this guy called Altair, and he was like really boring. He was like, "I am an assassin, and I will kill you."
very little personality.
Stab. Like that. Yeah, he just got fuck all going on about him. But it was the start of Assassin's Creed. You know, you sort of thought, oh, there could be more. And then in the second one, they had this like flamboyant Italian man. It was like, hey, let's just fight and fuck everyone. It's like, you know,
Can we
sort of.
put up a graphic that says like bad
Yeah,
impression incoming?
yeah.
Just
Yeah.
immediately, hey,
Hey, yeah, doing the Italian hand thing. Hey,
Sabi, Mario.
yeah, and like, yeah. And then they sort of milked it a bit, and then
Yeah.
in the second game he was like, "Hey, I'm still Italian, just a bit older." And then the next one, "Hey, I'm still Italian, just a little bit older." And then like eventually he's just like a fucking old man. And,
Yeah.
like, no one cared about him. And they're like, "Fuck off, whatever your name, Ezio, get out of here."
But he had good character progression because
Yeah.
he was I liked him because he became very serious about assassins and all of that. But he was well written, I think. So I
Yeah.
didn't mind it so much. Whereas the twin from Syndicate, I don't know, I just didn't like it.
Twindicate.
Twindicate,
Sorry.
because he was just super serious about it, and it's like, yeah,
Yeah. I think that's sort of probably why they did it, because it's like contrast, isn't it? Like,
yeah. I just don't think it was
that's
done
what we say. Like twins, it's very rare that like they are,
alike.
you know. Yeah, which is really strange. You expect about they're twins, they're the same, but normally you've got like, oh, there's the rowdy twin, you know, going about doing all
Well,
this, and then there's sort of the quiet twin or the serious twin.
I guess sort of that's part of the twins' development. I mean, obviously there's always exceptions in that, but the twins I've known is they grow up and they want to be completely different from each other.
Yeah,
Like so they do whatever they can to be different.
Yeah, like you see twins when they're babies. It's like, oh, we've bought the same clothes and everything. Oh, look, they've got little matching jumpers, and
I
they're
can't do
gonna
that.
grow up together. They're gonna be in the same school, and they're gonna be in the same class for everything. They're gonna have the same friends, and they're gonna like the same things.
No.
You know, we've called this one Jeremy, and the other one looks so alike. We just called him Jeremy as well. You know, so like it must kind of be
Thing
difficult
one and
to.
thing two.
Yeah, thing one and thing two. And then there's always the one that's like, I'm actually older because I was born 26 seconds before.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck off, you're the same age.
Always happens, yeah.
Yeah.
And they always rub it in their twin's face, and the twin always gets upset by it.
Yeah. Oh, God.
You were born first, but Mum loves me more.
Yeah. So what about No Man's Sky?
Oh, God.
Have you ever played it?
Unfortunately, yes.
Because I never played it. It just completely flew under the radar. Like, I knew that the whole thing about it was that it was so hyped and that it flopped and that they didn't do any of the things they promised.
Yeah.
But I just, for whatever reason, I'm normally pretty up to date with games, I completely missed it. And it came out, and the first thing of me seeing it was people being disappointed in it. Otherwise, I had not heard about it once.
Yeah.
And like, I've heard now that like it's okay, but I know the reputation is just like tainted. Like, I sort of want to give it a try because it looks kind of fun. But if you even like usher No Man's Sky to everyone, they're like, it's the worst game I've ever fucking played. Like, okay, well, you know, hold up. I just want to know what it's like. Is it any good? Because when I look at reviews, I see like top 10 video game resurrections. With each update, we get closer to the first game, what it should have been, and then there's a lot of negative reviews, but that was a while ago. So like, do I actually want to try it? How bad is it? I sort of want to just try. I want to know someone that's got it, and I want to play it.
I played it when it first came out because my dad was actually super hyped for it,
Okay.
and I went around and played it on his computer.
Yeah.
And then I think I played it on several other occasions, and I watched him play it a bunch, and it's really boring.
Yeah.
Um,
Because thing is, how long ago did you play it? Because it looks like it's now been out for nearly 2 years.
yeah,
And I remember when it first came out, it was like sort of hell on earth. The company was basically like rip.
yeah,
Everyone had
yeah.
just refunded, and that was it. That was the end of them. But now, having 2 years to be like, yeah, we've got a bit of money now. Maybe we should actually make this game what we said it would be. I don't know. Is it any good? Because that's the problem. I just need someone that's either honest or willing to be
There,
like, yeah, just play it. Because now, if I say No Man's Sky, worst game ever, I can't.
I don't
I
know
just want to try it.
I don't know about worst game ever. It's certainly not what they
Yeah.
promised. I don't know about worst game ever, but I don't think it's a good game. Even with the addition, because I've played it on different occasions, like as they've added stuff. Like they added stuff like base building and things like that.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they've put multiplayer in. I think that's the next thing, or
Yeah.
there
I
was
think
just
it
a
is
big
in,
update.
or
There was just a big update the other day, so
I
that might
think
have been
that
it.
is one of the things that's been so like because they said from launch, oh, do all this with your friends or whatever,
Yeah.
and then it didn't have multiplayer, which is such a like. I'm sure there was actually lawsuits because there's some times where it's just like, oh yeah, we haven't quite got around to that feature yet, but it was such a selling point that yeah, it's got multiplayer, you can do all of this with your friends, and then people got it. It's like, well, you can't exactly do everything with your friends.
No, you couldn't even play multiplayer. There was no
Yeah.
multiplayer option
Yeah.
whatsoever. But the problem with the game is even with the additional features, it's just empty.
Yeah.
Here's what you do. You go to a planet, you go around, and you scan things. And you go, oh, that's a
Okay.
nice creature. Oh, that's a nice plant. Oh, that's a nice creature. Oh, that's a nice plant. And then you get resources to fuel your ship, maybe upgrade a weapon or two.
Is it like Pokemon? You're like, putting stuff into your Pokédex. But instead
Yeah,
it's like
kind of,
it's
yeah.
like plants.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of like that, and then you leave.
Okay.
And that's the game.
Oh. And then you move on to the next one.
Yeah.
What
as
do you
well
do
as
with
that,
the information?
nothing. In addition to that, there are monuments and stuff that you can find, and you can learn like alien language, and that lets you talk to the very few NPCs that there are, because the only actual NPCs are at these outposts.
Right. And presumably some of them have different languages and that.
Yeah, so you gotta like, as you find these monuments, you might learn like a word.
Yeah. See, I could see that being fun. Say if we played this game and it was like, okay, Wolf, get in the ship, let's go. Oh, look at that new planet over there. Wow, this amazing new world,
Right.
and we land, and it's like, wow, look at this creature. It's like got 6 noses, and it's got got 2 big legs, and
Yeah.
oh, let's call this the Jumbo-Wombos, and we name it or whatever, and we learn about it, and then
Yeah.
we know all about it. Oh wow, that's great. Okay, let's move on to the next part. I could see that kind of being fun, but from the sound of things, that wasn't the sort of experience it gave.
No. But and see, that sort of thing can only be fun for so long. There's just it's very shallow in things you can do, because you're just basically trying to keep going. That's essentially the goal. You just got to get enough stuff to keep your ship going, and there is like kind of trading, but not really. You can go to like these outpost things, and you can maybe get a new gun, or hey, maybe even a new ship.
Yeah, I mean, I can't justify it enough just to actually just buy it. It's like £20. I don't buy it and be like, is it any good? Oh no, it is bad, like everyone says. But if I knew someone that had it or whatever.
Yeah, I don't hate it. Like, it's not like, oh my god, I mean, it does suck that they promised all of this stuff, but
Yeah.
then they're not giving. It is cool that they've updated it and they've added
Yeah.
more things to it, but from what I've seen, it's still just, I don't think it's that fun. It's not for me. There is actually a merit to it, and this is something I've discussed with my dad, who genuinely likes it.
Yeah.
He really likes the sort of monotony of it, because there is a sort of, I guess, calming effect that like grinding and monotonous things can have. Like, that's why people like grind heavy games, because
Yeah. Yeah.
But for me, there's no real advancement, really.
There's no like payoff for it. You just grind for the sake of
Yeah,
grinding.
because the grind never ends.
Which is sort of like, it is obviously a clever thing that a lot of game developers do. It's like World of Warcraft. The whole point of it is that it doesn't end. Which is why people are still playing
Yeah,
it
but
to this day. You
at
just
least
keep going. There's always new things.
at least with Warcraft, there is the eventual, I've reached max level. Oh, I've got the
Yeah.
max gear or whatever. Like, there's
Yeah.
always at least a period where you've accomplished what you want. Like, if you work at it.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're gonna keep adding content forever, so that's good. I like that way of doing it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there can be a merit to it if you like just kind of not really doing much, just kind of, oh, I'm just doing a bit of mine. Kind of like Minecraft,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
just without the amount of creativity that you can have in Minecraft.
Yeah. It's just sort of a bit sandbox. Technically, there is an end goal to Minecraft, but I don't think anyone has ever seen it as, because I played it before it was a thing. That's my Minecraft hipster moment. But before going to the end and killing the dragon was a thing, because now that is sort of seen as that is the end goal. That's what you're on there to do.
Yeah,
But I've never seen it
I don't think anyone bothers
as
with it
that.
really.
No.
It's just about building the most ridiculous mine or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, people adding automated systems, or people making giant mech robots.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those
Modded
things are cool.
Minecraft is just insane. Like how in depth they go with it. It's like
That actually is a good topic, like mods for games. Like, I love
yeah.
mods.
Like, there's got to be. I'm sure I can't think of any right now, but there's got to be mods that basically make games playable.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You ever play the Vampire Masquerade games?
No.
The second one, Bloodlines, was because the company went pretty much bust around this time,
Yeah.
and they just got forced to rush the game out the door, and yeah, they went out of business.
Yeah.
Company no longer exists, but the actual game was saved by the community because they patched it. They brought in content that was cut, and just they restored it, and they've made it into this fully playable state, because there was like game breaking bugs in release.
Yeah.
Just unavoidable bugs, and they've finished it, and then they've modded it and added in all this extra stuff, and like, they turned a broken game into like a cult classic. I think all games should add in some kind of modding support, even if it's like the bare minimum. Just let people do it.
Yeah.
Because it keeps games alive. Like, every game that is highly moddable is still played to this day, no matter how old it is. And the ones that aren't eventually sort of fade away. And that's just, yeah, I mean, when you can just change things about the game and add in cool stuff, or stuff from other, world, like the total conversion mods. Like, good example would be Mount and Blade.
Okay. which I've also never played.
Highly, highly recommend it. Lots of fun. But there's a billion total conversion mods which can entirely change your experience. Like it's all sort of similar, but you're going around, you're an adventurer, and you kill people and take their stuff, and eventually get an army and all of that. And that's the basic premise of the game.
Yeah.
But the different total conversion mods have different features, and you can just be in a completely different world. Like you can play everything from Game of Thrones to feudal Japan to Warhammer to ancient Rome to whatever you feel like. There's even like World War One mods or cowboys and Indians, and like they add different elements like firearms and stuff like that. And it's just like most recently I was playing the feudal Japan one.
Yeah.
And I was having a lot of fun. I don't even really like Japanese stuff. Still hoping for an ancient China one because I like China.
Yeah.
Over Japan, 100%. Because Jackie Chan, like all the way.
Jackie Chan.
But no, I like Romance of the Three Kingdoms and all that. So I'd love a total conversion of that. But it can be a lot of fun, and the Game of Thrones ones are really good. There's even a team of modders were actually hired by the developers to develop an actual DLC, which was the Viking Conquest. Because they released a mod, and the team behind the mod got hired to make the DLC.
So that happens quite a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, when companies do that, I think that's cool.
Yeah.
Where they're like, oh, that's some good work here.
You can make our game better? Come aboard.
Yeah. And the Viking Conquest DLC it's essentially like a total conversion. And it's one of the better ones. Like it's great. It's fantastic playing as a Viking and shit.
Yeah.
It can just sort of drastically change your experience. And that's what more games need, is it can reinvigorate a game. And you get excited for like, oh, this new mod's coming out. Can't wait to play that. Like there's some there's a Star Wars mod that's coming out for, or potentially coming out for Mountain Blade that I'm super excited for. And it's a super old game.
Yeah.
But I'm like, oh, well, when this mod comes out, oh, can't wait. And I've played, how many hours do I have on it? Yeah, I've got over 600 hours on Mountain Blade, just because of mods.
Yeah.
And it brings life to a game. And I think more companies should embrace that. And Bethesda is super smart because they embrace it. Because you can get features that you didn't have. You can get interests that you didn't have, because there's a whole modding community that loves playing around with games. And they will be your biggest supporters if you allow them to thrive. At least that's my opinion.
No, I agree. I think that's always the best way to, like, it's not even like a lazy approach. Like, in a way, say if you've got a game and you just rely on the updates that you bring out, then people play your content, and then they'll be like, more, we want more. Like, and of course that's, unless you're making people pay for the content, which some people are okay with doing, some people aren't. If you literally just still have official things, but if you just sort of let the modders do it, then they're basically doing your job for you. I know that people have bought games just for mods. It's like,
that's true.
It's like obviously DayZ, whatever, that started as an armor mod, didn't it?
Yeah.
And people bought armor just for that. Like the amount of sales they must have got from armor just for DayZ.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I I bought one of the armors for the mod a long time
Yeah.
ago, before it was a game. Yeah, I remember that. That's so true. Like, yeah, people find out about a massive mod that's awesome, so people then buy the game.
Yeah.
And
And like they might not even play any or very small amount of content that is actually, officially in the game. Which, I think they're sort of like,
I mean, I think people
you know,
will eventually like, oh, what's the actual game like, you know? But that gives more success and popularity to the developers. Like, the longer your game stays alive, the better for the company.
yeah,
I mean, look at World of Warcraft.
I know.
It's given them ridiculous amounts of money because they've kept the game alive. But I mean, they don't really have modding, but they do allow custom UI and scripts and
Yeah,
things like that. So
which,
that, I guess that does
yeah,
count as modding, but they allow people to sort of
yeah,
customize their experience. And I think that's the main part, is
yeah,
customizing your experience.
yeah, because I think it's sort of accepting that, because I think some developers like offended, like they'll spend years and X amount of money on this UI, and 90% of the player base might like it and go, yeah, this is great, does exactly what I want. But 10% that don't, it doesn't mean that it's a bad UI. It's just people like things different,
Yeah.
So giving people the option to have their own one, whether it's a modded one or just giving them the option to move things about or whatever, that's okay. But it seems like some developers are almost offended. It's like, oh, we've made this UI and you don't like it. Well, tough. That's just what the game is. It's like, just let people do what they want.
Yeah, definitely more companies need to embrace that mentality, because like Bethesda allows full mods and they have had ridiculous success. Ridiculous success.
Yeah,
Some of the most
yeah,
most played games ever have come from them.
yeah,
Mountain Blade started as like a couple of guys, and they came from nothing because they allowed modding support, and they like really embraced their community, and they've become a really big success as well. And a lot of it, I have to say, is down to the mods.
yeah. But what? Yeah, the amazing thing is that how many hours rough. I mean, I don't think but say if someone's starting a Skyrim playthrough, how many hours they put into it? Like a lot. A
Yeah,
lot of hours.
yeah.
But then when they've completed it, if you literally just add, sometimes you just need one mod, or like, say if you added 3 or 4 mods and then did it again, it's a complete different experience,
Oh
obviously
yeah,
depending on the mods you get. And it allows you to have a whole other playthrough. So you've got X amount more hours out of someone playing your game.
yeah. I mean, like, I can't even count the amount of times I've started Skyrim or Morrowind or even the Fallouts because I got some new mod. And it's like, oh, I haven't played
Yeah,
this.
yeah,
Oh, but then there's that mod. So I'm going to start a whole new playthrough and I'm going to do it all again because I have new armor or something, you know?
yeah,
And it just breathes life into whatever game and puts more money in the pocket of the developer, because more people will go, oh, wow, it's Fallout, but oh shit, there's Space Marine armor that I can get.
yeah,
I'm gonna buy that game. I remember, I think it
yeah.
was Fallout 3. Had like a full
I love Fallout 3.
Space Marine mod, and you could get bolt guns and like all the weapons from 40k. And you could get full Space Marine armor, and you're walking around with that instead of the power armor, and it just felt awesome.
Yeah,
Like, I think there was a mod that replaced like the Brotherhood of Steel with Space Marines, and you could get the
yeah,
armor and everything, and it was great. And they did the sounds really well, and all felt impactful, and it just felt like these big, powerful guns because they like have explosive rounds and shit. And it was just
Yeah.
fantastic. And I did a whole new playthrough just because I had Space Marine armor.
Yeah. So I think that about wraps up our first little podcast. Again, I don't know if anyone will ever hear this. If you are, then
Yeah,
great, well done.
it's alright.
Well, I guess well done to us. We've actually made something that we've thought, yeah, this is okay.
Yeah.
This is the right content. It's alright. It's not amazing, but yeah, it's okay. Let us know what you think. Let us know if the pacing's
Yeah.
right. Let us know if you wanna, do you wanna be on it. You know. What should we talk about next time?
Yeah, leave any
Yeah,
ideas.
we've had a few little ideas. Also, if you have any name ideas, if we don't stick with what we've got, then that'd be great. Yeah, we've had a few little ideas. Like I thought the history thing. I'll be able to prepare that for next time. We'll also maybe have a chat about D&D a bit. That could be quite fun.
Yeah,
Have a
we'll
little
do
chat
that.
about that. I'm sure we've got more subjects. But yeah, it's been great. It's been a pleasure talking to you as always. And
Yeah. And
see you.
hopefully, if anyone if anyone listens, we'll see you next time.
Yeah, we don't know if it's going to be every week. I think that's what we said. We might record every week. Whether it goes out every week or not, we'll see. It depends on what it takes to edit.
Yeah.
And yeah, whatever. But yeah, it's been great. Thanks very much. And until next time, goodbye.
Catch you later.